morning and namaste. Welcome to another session of yoga. You found Yoga with Lisa SXM coming to you from the beautiful island of St. Martin. And I want to give a special shout out to a listener who reached out to me, and I'm really sorry I didn't see the message until yesterday. But that's Max. Max wrote to me that he's had a little injury from some wrestling, and that he's a coach, and that the yoga has been helping him. And I'm really grateful for that message, so thank you very much. And if you want to message me again, I'll try and respond more quickly. For some reason, because I didn't respond right away, I couldn't get through with a reply yesterday. So thank you very much, Max. And to all of those who are following the yoga with me, I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. I wish you blessings, and I know that you're spreading peace and love. So that's awesome. Let's take care of ourselves for the next 59 minutes. Let's spend some time together. Spend some time existing in the generous present moment. Breathe love into your heart as you inhale. Breathe joy. Breathe contentment. Try to quiet that mind. It doesn't have anything to contribute right now. Just ask it to be silent. Observe your breath. Observe where does it go? When you breathe in, does it go to your lungs? Does it feel like it's going deeper in the body? Maybe to the diaphragm, maybe to the belly. And if you feel like it, you can maybe just let your head roll around a little bit. As you roll your head around, if you feel any discomfort, go around that spot. Don't trigger your pain reflexes. Be gentle with yourself. And through the next entire session, always check in with yourself, do what's right for you, modify what I suggest, minimize the movement if it's difficult for you, if it feels awkward or unbalanced, or you just can't get into it. Your inner yoga teacher who loves you and knows you, respects you, that's the one to listen to well above what I suggest. I'm just here as a little bit of a whisper in your ear to take care of yourself. Spend some time with yourself. Stop judging. Stop criticizing. No body shaming. We don't believe in that here. We only love ourselves. We appreciate ourselves. We are thankful. We're grateful for our blessings, for this body and this time, for our lives, for our opportunity to be here now. All right, we're going to try something a little different today. So what I'd like you to do is put your hands behind your hips and bring your knees up, put the feet flat on the floor in front of your hips. And the hands are well back there, so you can really feel like you're leaning back against your arms, your hands, your shoulders can scrunch up by your ears. Allow your shoulders to collapse inward and squeeze against the neck a little bit. Super slumpy here. Just allow yourself to feel heavy and lean back against your arms. And once you get in a good position, The knees are released, the legs are released. Maybe they found a balance point. If you feel like you're working to keep your knees up, then get your feet just a little wider than your hips and let your knees lean against each other. We're going to relax the legs, relax the belly, relax the lower back, and slowly allow yourself to really lean back against your arms, scrunching your shoulders up against your neck. Observe how that feels. What part of your neck is getting a little compression here? Is it under your ears? Is it a little behind there? Or a little in front? Allow your breathing to be deep and slow. And then slowly just bend your elbows half an inch and see how that changes things. Maybe you need to keep a little bend in your elbows. Maybe your elbows aren't happy when they're sort of hyperextended. Maybe put a soft bend, ever so slight, in the elbows. Find that sweet spot where everything is comfortable and balanced, and let go. You may need to adjust the position of your hands just a little bit. We really want to let everything go and relax back. Breathe in through the nose and just let a decompression exhalation through the lips, like you're deflating a balloon. Breathe in through the nose and inflate. And let it go through the lips. Inhale. And exhale. And we're just going to slowly turn to the left. Looking left. Allow one shoulder to drift forward and one shoulder to drift back. And then turn to the right. Gazing forward, turn the head, turn the shoulders, turn the upper back, and come forward again. Let's go back and forth a few times. And remember, of course, to connect your movement with your breath, breathing in and out as you look left and right, twisting slightly in the upper back and shoulders. You can bend an elbow, you can keep it straight, whatever works for you in the elbows and arms. Let's go 2 more times to each side, extra slow. When you're ready, face forward again and let everything drift back. Beautiful. Let's see if we can elevate the chest and squeeze the shoulders back. Lengthen the neck and look up at the ceiling. Push the chest forward and up. Completely the opposite of what we did before. Inhale big. And exhale, come back to your leaning on your arms, head dipped forward, shoulders squeezing up by your ears or your necks. Exhale. And up. Elevate the chest, squeeze the shoulders back, lift the face, look up at the ceiling, breathe in. And allow yourself to collapse and slump and drop the head forward. Awesome. Lift the face, gaze towards me for a moment, and let's drop the knees left and right. You can reposition your feet a little bit, maybe push them forward a little bit, and just let your knees go windshield wiper back and forth. Awesome. All right, let's see if we can sit up and let those shoulders drop. Drop them way down towards the floor, simultaneously lifting the top of the head up. So this isn't the normal shoulders. If you can look at me for a moment, we'll just say this is the normal shoulder position. Pull them down and lengthen the neck, lift the top of the head up. And release, come back to your normal shoulder position. Pull them down, lift up the top of the head, lengthen the neck, lift the chin just a hair. And release. Lifting up and release. Squeeze the shoulders down, lift the head up, and release. One more time, breathe in, exhale, release. Awesome. Let's take the right arm up, reach for the ceiling. Bring the hand down behind the head and just pat yourself on the back or the upper middle of the back below the neck. Reach the other hand up and just grab that elbow and gently pull it a little bit behind the head. If you want, you can put a side bend here and look up. Coming up, let's release both arms up and all the way down to the floor. Exhale. Hi, Ellis. Lift it up. Crisscross. Lift it up. Drop it down. Exhale. One more time like that. Lift it up. Crisscross the other way this time. And down. Sit released for a moment. Take the other arm up. Reach it up. Drop the hand behind the head, on the neck. Give yourself a pat on the back. And other hand reaches up to grab that elbow. Just gently urge it behind the head just a little bit, not very far. And if you want to, if it feels good, you can do a little side stretch here and look up. Awesome. Both arms reach up. Drop it down. Exhale. Lift it up. Breathe in. Crisscross the arms. Notice which one's on front. Lift it up. Crisscross the arms with the other arm in front. And reach it up. Inhale and exhale. Bring the hands to shoulder level and crisscross in front, straight arms. Palms facing down, fingers spread wide. Right arm on top this time. Open wide and squeeze it back. Bring it forward. Left arm on top this time. Drifting back. And again. Awesome. Push forward and back. Nice and loose. Breathe. Exhale as you push forward. And just shake everything. Awesome. Release the legs out. Pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones, allow yourself to be in a gentle straddle, not an extreme straddle. Just a little, maybe feet are twice as wide as your hips, maybe 2.5 times as wide as your hips. And take your hands to the floor. Look down between your hands at the yoga mat or the carpet or the rug, whatever you're sitting on. Walk them forward as far as you want to go. And just allow yourself to find a way to be completely released and relaxed. Drop that head, let it be as heavy as a bowling ball. Drop it down, drop it down. Release that neck, release those shoulders. Reposition your hands as you feel is best for you. In any way that your body says, ooh, let's do it this way. When you're ready, come on up. Lovely. Let's do a half straddle, and if you want to widen out that side leg, you can. Sit tall and reach the arms up again. Let's breathe in and reach up. Remember, if you're limited in your movement, it's okay. Do what is your reach. Reaching is always good, even if you can only get your hands a certain distance. Whatever it is good for you. Make it your reach and breathe in with the reach up and drop them down. One more time. Reach it up and drop them down. Take that hand that's resting on the long, extended leg and stretch towards your knee, towards your ankle, towards your foot, maybe even all the way to your toes. Lift the other arm directly out from your shoulder. Drop it back and look up at the ceiling, opening the chest. And close the hands together, look down at your leg or the floor. If it's too much of a twist to look at your leg, then just look at the floor. Look up and down. Breathe in and out. Open that gate nice and wide. Close the gate. One more time. And this time open and just keep the hand in line with the shoulders, not back, but just straight forward. And let's do an extreme side stretch. Really feel the stretch in the waist, in the rib cage on the side, in the armpit, elbow, and in the hands. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe air into that entire side body, especially the armpit and the elbow and the rib cage on the side. Breathing air in. Exhale toxins. Squeeze the belly as you exhale. Inhale. And let it go. Come on up. Both hands reach out. Find your prayer and just pull it to your heart. Close the eyes and bow the head. This is your time. Interlock your fingers and squeeze and release a few times. Move them away and in and up and away. In and up, away. Squeeze and release. And breathe. Hold your squeezing in fists. Interlock your fingers and squeeze. Let's take the right hand and just let it release. Keep the other hand squeezing in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze with strong hand muscles, strong finger muscles, strong wrists, strong arms, strong shoulder. And the other hand is completely loose and limp. The other arm is released and heavy. Squeeze it in. Be strong. And change. Squeeze in with strong hands, strong fingers, strong arm. Release your loose hand, release your loose arm. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze with all your strength in your fingers. Awesome. And wiggle the hands. Straighten the legs out. Take your hands down. And just take a rest. Take a moment. Let's take the hand that's on the extended leg and reach for the knee, the ankle, the toes, wherever is good for you. Coming up, reach it down, up and down. Hold right there, extend your other arm out and drift it back. Look up at the ceiling, open the chest, let the shoulder push back, breathe in. And exhale, bring the hands together at the leg and look down. Open wide and close. Breathe in and out. Slow is always better. Gives you time to feel every part of the movement, every part of the stretch, and slow the breath down to help you stay in the moment. Quiet the mind. Love yourself. And always, if you feel inspired to be expressive with your hand, it can be graceful, it can be extreme stretch in the fingers. Whatever works for you is awesome. It's good that you have that sense of what's right for you. I highly recommend tuning into your true self. Through yoga, through breath, through meditation. When you're ready, we're just going to hold the hand down at the leg. Take a moment. and then open. Here the arm is aligned with the shoulder, not back, but right in line in the plane of the body, and we reach over. An extreme stretch through the side body and good breath coming into the body. And as you breathe in, the stretch becomes even more, well, I want to say extreme, but or intense, but let's just say you feel it more. And as you exhale, really squeeze the belly in and push the old air out. When you're ready, come up. Float the arms up. Find your prayer, pull it to your heart, and just take a moment. Keeping the hands in prayer pose, bring them forward just a little bit and let's move them through an infinity symbol. Breathe in and out. Change direction. Separate the hands and let each one do its own infinity. Breathe. Change direction. Let it be a little bigger and a little slower. Bring it back to its small space in front of the chest, in front of the shoulders. All right, we're going to try and do a mirror image infinity. Each hand doing an infinity on its own, but they are mirror images. Still synchronized. Breathing in and out. Let's go the other way. Still mirror images. It's a nice challenge for the body, something more or less easy, but also different. So keeping that brain learning something new. Push it forward, bring it back. Push it forward, exhale, bring it back, inhale. We're getting ready to recline. And you deserve it. We've been working the arms pretty much for 23 minutes here, so awesome. Let's get ready to lay down on our yoga mat, extend out, and find our gentle and beautiful Savasana. That means the arms and legs are in their most extended position. I better not do that. That will not really work very good. That'll work better. Okay. Allow your feet to flop outward. Your knees can be slightly bent. Your arms can be wherever feels really comfortable and luxurious and released. Here we're just going to observe everything in the body. Observe. Let's start with the top of the head. Observe the forehead, eyebrows, and temple. Observe your eyelids. Release everything in the top part of the skull, part of the head. Even imagine your brain being heavy inside your skull, sloshing back in the middle of your skull towards the floor, creating a little empty space behind the forehead and eyes. Imagine the weight of your eyeballs pushing back in your eye sockets. Observe your cheeks, Notice if there's gravity pulling them back a little bit, back towards your ears. Notice your ears. The ears alone are like just a miracle of engineering, so interestingly shaped. Delicately curved. Like a seashell. Notice your teeth and your tongue and the insides of your mouth. Glands in your throat and neck, under your ears, behind your ears. Release, relax. Bring your attention to your hands. They should be palm up and fingers naturally curled. Notice the softness in the very center of the palm of your hand. Softness in the hands, reaching up towards the softness in your heart. Notice your breath. Where is it hitting? Is it in your chest? Is it in your belly? Is it in everything? Is it in your throat? Is it in your sinuses? Notice your belly, notice your hips, notice your legs and feet. Release, relax. When you're ready, bend your knees and put your feet on the floor near your hips. Take a minute to lift your hips up, reposition so they're well positioned, well balanced, comfortable, and we're just going to start to rock the pelvis on the floor. And at one point, your back is arched up off the floor in a gentle bridge. Hips are staying on the floor throughout. Upper back is staying on the floor throughout. And we're just arching up the middle of the back and then pressing everything flat against the floor. At that moment, when you're pressing everything flat against the floor, notice every vertebrae in contact with the floor, the yoga mat, or your rug. Squeeze the belly in, squeeze the muscles of the tummy in, squeeze the waist in. And I suggest you squeeze in your kegel in the middle of your groin, tighten up in there. But try to keep the compression out of your chest and arms. And then rock it away into an arch. And squeeze it down, squeeze it in and then rock it up, release. Squeeze it in and push down. Let's connect our breath to this rocking motion through the pelvis. Exhale as you squeeze, inhale as you arch. Squeeze it in, arch it up. Exhale, inhale. 2 more times. Squeeze in and release. Up. Squeeze down and release up. Beautiful. Bring your knees to your chest and cross at the ankles. We're just going to rock left and right with the knees. A little to the left, a little to the right. decompressing the body, giving some love, some acceptance and appreciation. And when you're ready, center yourself and stretch the legs up. Let's reach the arms up, circle the ankles, circle the wrists. And flex and point, and flex and point. We flex and point. One more time. Release, bring the arms down, and the legs are just going to go for a little walk across the ceiling, a shuffling walk. Release your arms, hands palm up, fingers curled. Keep breathing. All right, bring those knees down, squat like a frog. Your knees are wide, as if your knees are trying to aim for your armpits. And flex the ankles as well. Press it up and point. Flex it down and point. And down and point up. 10 more times. That's 10. Flex it down, up for 9. Flex it down, breathe, 8. And down, squat like a frog, and up for 7, down, and 6. Keep breathing, 5, halfway there, and up. 4, squat, up, point, down. That's 4. I know I cheated you one, I don't care. 3, and up. Let's 2, and up. Last one, I promise. And up. And just let the legs drift a little bit wide here. Don't go too far. Open as wide as feels okay, and then crisscross. One leg on top, one leg on bottom, and switch it. Crisscross. Open, don't go too far. Take slow and controlled here. Crisscross. Open. And crisscross. Okay, now when you open, stay just like that. When you crisscross, give a squeeze to the legs. Open, keep it loose. Close and squeeze it. Open and squeeze and closed and open and squeeze. And 2 more times. Open, squeeze and open. And squeeze. Beautiful. Bring it down. Feet come to the floor near the hips. Drop both knees to the left. And let's move the arms up into sort of a upward reach or surrender pose. And you might want to turn your head in the same direction as your knees. Or you might want to turn your head in the opposite direction. Listen to your body. You will know what's right for you. Accept what your body asks for. Say yes. When you're ready, we're going to just come all the way over on that side and let your head rest on your arm, or if you have a pillow handy and you like to put your head on a pillow, you could do that. Take a pillow for your head. That's okay. Why not? Make sure you feel balanced on your side body. This is your side resting pose. It's very close to a fetal position. Super comforting, and it should be really released down to the floor. Allow the belly to slide down towards the floor, shoulders pushing down, the head's resting, the neck is released. Knees are bent and they're stacked on top of each other. Feet are kind of cuddled up into each other like two best friends. As they are. When you're ready, we're just going to take that top arm and reach it out and up. Take that top leg and reach through the heel. And lift them with an inhalation. And slowly drop it down as you exhale. Don't worry about going as far as you see me going. A lot of people, their side leg lift is about right here. And that's perfectly fine, whatever it is for you. Same thing with the arm. It may not go past about here, or here, or here. Go where it's good for you. And the most important thing here is that we connect the movement to the breath. We're going to go 3 more times. Super slow, super controlled, smooth movement up and down. Breathe. Take a rest. Bring that leg down to rest on its friend. If you feel that was pretty intense for your hip, you could certainly massage the hip with this upper hand and maybe even make a fist and pound into the tissue, getting deep into that big muscle of your buttock and thigh. Let's bring the hand to the floor for just a little support in front of the chest and circle, keeping the knee bent, just circle the knee around. Breathe in and out as you go around the circle. Change direction. Kick it forward, reach it back, kick it forward, reach it back, forward and back, forward and back. Come back to your resting position. And get ready for your reclined spinal twists. We love these. Bring your knee to the floor, somewhere in front of your tummy or your chest. Take that top shoulder back towards the ground. And if your head's on a pillow, maybe just take it away so your head is on the floor. Arms open out to the side in any position that works for your shoulders and neck. Stay with your breath. Breathe love into your heart. And we're just going to take a moment to come back to our side resting pose and slowly transition over onto the tummy. Turning the head to one side, let your elbows point outward and your fingertips point inward at each other. Toes point in, heels point out, everything released. Hands under shoulders now, press up into table. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Spread your fingers wide on your yoga mat And do not collapse in the shoulders at this point. We're going to let the middle of the back drop down a little bit and look forward, turning that tailbone to flare outward and upward a little bit. And take the ribs to the right and the left. Take the hips to the right and the left. Coming back to the middle. Drop your head, round your tailbone under, and lift the middle of the back up. And sway back and forward. At no time does the shoulder go forward of the fingers, not even really forward of the wrist. It's just mostly push back and then come back to your table. Push back and drift forward. Coming back to a nice flat table. Take your hands one step forward and sit back all the way. Pose of a child. Release the forehead down to the floor. Are you ready? Rise back up. And let's just turn around, walk around. Coming up to table again. And drop the middle of the back down. Looking forward, tuck your tail, or turn your tailbone so that it flares upward. And we sway left and right. Back to the middle, arch up, sway back and forward, drift back and forward, drift back and forward. Take your hands one step forward and lower yourself down onto your tummy. And take a nice rest. Turn your toes in, heels out, elbows out, fingertips pointing in. Turn your head. Lifting the feet up into the air, windshield wiper left and right, loose through the hips. And then take those feet through big circle. All the way down to the floor, toes touching the floor as you sweep past the bottom of your circle. And then heels close to your hips as you come to the top of the circle. Release, let's go the other way. Around, slowly, breathe with the movement. And drop your feet to the floor. Let's turn on our side. We're on the other side now. If you're enjoying the music, it's coming from it's called Modern Yoga Music, Modern Music for Yoga on YouTube. And this is her Yin Yoga collection, which is beautiful. It has beautiful scenery as well as beautiful piano music. Finding yourself relaxed on your side resting pose. Knees bent and stacked, feet comfortably nestled together like two best friends, as they are. Release everything down to the floor, your belly, your shoulder, your chest. When you're ready, extend your hand out and spread the fingers wide. Reach that top leg out through, reaching through the heel, not the toe. Lift it up and drop it down. Go as far as you're happy with and slowly breathe in and out with the movement. Feel free to be expressive with your hand. This is for you. This is your time. And remember, you don't have to go all the way up to the position you see me attaining. I'm just a really flexible person. You can't expect everybody to be loose jointed. I've always been that way. Yoga is helping me stay that way as I get older. But in time, you will get more range of motion if you continue with your yoga. But even more important, you'll have more freedom of movement and pain-free movement. Feeling a little younger, a little more spry, happy with yourself. Beautiful. Let's bring it down for a rest. If you feel like that was a lot for you, you can massage or pound on that hip. Let's take the heel forward and then reach it back. Kick it forward a little bit and extend it back. You can put a hand to the floor for support if you need. And take a rest. All right, and the knee circles. Big, slow breath, coordinated circle. If it doesn't feel right, modify it, or make a smaller circle, minimize it, or just return to resting, or get ahead of us and go into your reclined spinal twist. You know what's coming next because we did it on the other side, right? Change direction when you want to. Keep breathing. You may find one direction is a lot nicer than the other. And that's okay. Stay with what feels good. All right. Return to your resting pose. Let everything go. All right, bring that knee to the floor in front of your chest or in front of your belly and take your shoulder back to the ground. Open the chest up to the ceiling. Extend your arms out in any position that feels good to your shoulders, to your neck and arms. Release everything and breathe deep. drop both knees to the right. I believe last time we did both knees to the left, and we ended up on our left side. Now we've come back, we're on our right side, drop both knees to the right. And again, if you want, you can turn your head to the right, or you can turn your head to the left. You can look straight up at the ceiling. Listen to your body and say yes to any requests. Close the eyes and notice patterns that you see on the internal screen in your mind. When you're ready, bring the knees up, stretch the legs out. Let's reach the arms overhead and do one of those yawning stretches. And slowly work our way back up to seated. Take a moment for yourself here. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about aches and pains. And this is a specifically Max-inspired discussion, but it applies to all of us, I think. So this is a little bit of my journey. I used to have chronic ache behind my left shoulder blade. I imagined that it was like a gremlin or a demon or something horrible that was just always giving me so much pain and always talking to me in awful ways. And through yoga, meditation, breath, gratitude practice, I suddenly had a transformation in the way I thought about this chronic pain. That it wasn't a gremlin, it wasn't a demon, it was a very wounded child hiding. Now, I'm not somebody who's had a lot of childhood trauma, but I am a very empathetic person, so I found it easy to imagine that kind of trauma. And for whatever reason, I felt like I had internalized something like that. And when you think about it, underneath the shoulder blade in the back, I mean, that is a spot you can't get to. Even a physical therapist, a massage therapist, it's like, can you get underneath that shoulder blade and just put some, no, they can't get in there. It's well protected and hidden. And so I just started saying, okay, well, if I can't, maybe I'll just try and squeeze that area and release. Squeeze all those tiny little micro muscles around the area that is painful and release. So I'm giving myself a massage and breathing the healing energy of the breath of air, sending that healing energy there and giving it, instead of hate, instead of anger, instead of fear, whatever I was sending to that pain for all those years. Instead, I started sending it healing energy and love and comfort. It's gone now, and that's because of a change in the way I think about the pain. So if you're experiencing any kind of aches and pains, instead of hating it or ignoring it, which we all do, we all ignore our pain and just push through. And when we can't ignore it anymore, that's when we go, I hate you. Why are you making my life so difficult? And I don't even know what's going on with you. Instead, let's give it some love, comfort. Think of it like a wounded child that's hiding, curled up, fearful, scared, needing some love, needing some comfort, needing some friendship. So maybe try a way to give it the comfort that it's asking for. Send it love. So let's spend a moment thinking about that as we breathe deeply. Close the egoic mind that's always talking about, why is it like that? Why am I like that? What is it? Where is that? What am I going to do later? What do I need to do? I hope I don't forget this. Why do they always say that about me? Shh. Be with your true self. Acknowledge your breath. Acknowledge your body. Acknowledge your awareness centers in the body. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and connection to heaven at your crown chakra, your alignment of your chakras. Nothing more than just senses of your awareness of your true self, the gifts you've been given to live your best life. Whatever your challenge is, whether it's chronic pain or someone that you know that's suffering that you're trying to help, whether you're working with some kind of illness that you're trying to heal or endure, I would humbly suggest gratitude. Bring the hands to prayer pose. Let them rest, thumbs on your nose, index finger near your crest of your forehead. Eyes closed. And we slowly drop down, bringing the thumbs close to the heart. And then bow the head. Allow the hands to rest, palm up, crisscrossing at the palms, and rest on the floor in front of your root chakra or wherever your base is in your center alignment of your body. Soften your belly. Release your neck. Let your head fall forward. Keeping your back softly straight. Release the neck 100%. Let's reach the hands back and give your neck a massage. One hand at the base of your skull, one hand at the base of your neck. Squeeze and release. And trade places with the hands now and then. Keep breathing. Squeeze at the crest of the shoulders. Squeeze and release. And go wherever feels good. This is your time. Thank you for sharing it with me. I grant you my most sincere namaste from my heart to yours. See you again on Thursday. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Kathy.